Hi everyone, Hakan from Web News team, and thank you very much for joining our channel again. So in this video, I will provide a detailed overview of the Advanced Importer advanced settings and how events are imported from different calendar platforms to MEC calendar. After installing and activating the Advanced Importer add-on, a new menu item is added under MEC Calendar called MEC Advanced Import. This menu has multiple sections, allowing us to import events to MEC from various platforms. The Settings tab on this page is arguably the most important option. The general configuration of the add-on is made from here. We have different fields for configuring MEC's connection to different platforms. And we'll need to configure settings for each to import our events from them to MEC. In this case, I'll choose Google Calendar since it's the most straightforward one. To start, we need to create an app from the Google console to get a client ID and client secret for it. Once we create an API key in the Google console, we'll have them both in one place. So we already have a comprehensive guide on how you can create the API key on our website, so I won't go into the details here. I'll just show how it's configured and how you can import an event. For the first field, let's choose a random account title. Next, we'll input our client ID and secret, which can be found in the API key of our Google console. Now, it's important that you enable the checkbox for both updating existing events and accounts active. With the first one active, we'll basically have a sync functionality going on. So we also have two URLs on top which are necessary when you're trying to create the API key. I'll hit Add Account for now. As you can see, a new account has been added to the list. Each account created requires authentication, so let's just go through it. Now, with the authentication successful, our Google account has been added to the add-on. A similar process applies to the other platforms listed here. I've linked an account for Facebook before, as you can see here. So, same goes for Eventbrite and the rest. Let's test how our Google Calendar events are imported. Our first field to be configured is Category, which dictates what category our imported events gets assigned on MEC's calendar. So, we can choose from our existing categories or create new ones. Enabling the next option allows us to add the calendar title as a category in MEC. Next one allows us to import based on three options: all your events, event ID, or groups. On import type, you'll get to decide whether this will be a one-time import or a scheduled import, with which we can decide how many times any import is made. So in the status field, we can decide which events get imported, published, cancelled, drafted, or all of them altogether. So in the next field, you can set a time frame for events existing in a certain date range. Enabling the Load More link option allows you to display the link on the Google event as a Load More field on MEC. And lastly, by enabling the Update option, you can send the imported events to the Sync tab, where any changes made to the event date or title are synced based on a predetermined schedule. I have 3 events on my Google Calendar, as you can see. Let's see how they look when imported. All our options are in order, so let's click on Get All Events from Google Account. It shows here that I have one calendar in the Google account that we have configured earlier. You can have multiple calendars on the same account, but that depends on the settings applied in our Google console. When we click on Get Calendars, it shows the existing calendar on my account and the number of events on it as well. Here we can click on Get Events and have all the events as a list, or click on Add to Autosync, but the events won't be imported right now. They'll be added to the Sync tab and they'll be synced based on the predetermined schedule automatically. Let's go with Get Events for now. As you can see, the 3 events I had on Google Calendar are listed here. We have the option to either download all our events or click one and download selected events based on our decision. So I'll download all events for this demo. Wait a little until our events are finished importing. With our events imported, let's head to our events page. There you have it. These are the 3 events imported from Google Calendar. Again, we could have done this as a sync as well. For that, we'll set out import type as a scheduled, once hourly, and update. We'll go through the same steps as before, but this time, when I click on Get Events, it shows me Add to Schedule instead of Download. I'll select my events and hit Add to Schedule. Now, under the Schedule tab, I can see the events and that they will be imported once every hour and updated. The same goes for other calendar platforms as well. Another point I need to make about the settings is that under the General tab, you can define the per page table, which by default is set as 6. And let's set it at 20 now. So when we import an event, the table that's shown usually displays 6 events, but now that it's 20, the list will show more events on the page. So let's try Facebook now. I've made an account beforehand. I'll choose Import by Facebook page, enter the page ID, and choose the import type. The other settings are virtually the same. Instead of clicking on Get All Events from Facebook, I'll click Add to Autosync and send the events to the Sync tab, so the events are imported based on my schedule. Let's head to the Sync tab and we can see that our Facebook account has a sync active, and every hour it applies any changes made on Facebook automatically. As mentioned earlier, the sync and scheduled import options are available for all of the calendar solutions listed here. Eventbrite functions the same way. We can choose to import based on my events or event ID. I'll leave it as my events, so all of them get imported. Let's click on Get All Events, and one test event I had created is ready for import. The test event has been added. Let me refresh the page, and as you can see, the test event from Eventbrite has been successfully imported. The next section I want to describe is MEC API. In case you're using Advanced Importer on 2 different websites, you can use this API to sync the events on the 2 sites. Let's head to the settings first so I can show you the MEC API token. It's good for when you want to move your events from one website to another, which also uses MEC and Advanced Importer. The information needed to configure this one is site address, API token, and the same 2 options as before. So back to the MEC API import tab, we can select a category so that all our events are assigned to the chosen category, or leave it unassigned. Let's click on Get All Events from MEC API to get a full list of the events on our other website. We can import them all together or manually select them. 2 tabs remain. One is Third Party, which currently offers support for 3 different calendar solutions: Event Organizer, My Calendar, and Eventim. You can import events from all these 3 to MEC. The next tab is ICS/CSV import. Here you can import .ics and .csv event files or upload events from an ICS URL from any other site. I'll add an ICS URL, for example. Now we have the option to add this to sync schedule as well. It goes without saying that the sync option is only possible for the URL upload and not file uploads, because sync requires a URL to update the event. Let's click on the import button. All the events from our URL are now visible and ready for import. There's also the file upload as mentioned. The next important point is the separator type, which can be either comma or tab. CSV files used by MEC are set on tab, but others are based on comma. It's important to know which one is set on your CSV file so that the events inside are read and imported correctly. I'll upload a MEC CSV for our demo, but remember to switch the separator type to tab. Let's click on Upload. As you can see, all the events on the CSV file are visible and they can be imported. The download status column will let us know when the process is complete. All have been successful, and it says so at the bottom as well. Let's refresh our Events tab, and all of them have been added. And that does it for the ICS/CSV import. The last tab is Import History, which records each import action taken and shows where the event was imported from. Hope this overview of how the Advanced Importer Addon functions has been helpful, and I look forward to reading your thoughts and also questions, comments, everything about the add-on below in the comment section. Thank you very much for staying with us until the end of the video, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.